Thanks for stopping by my channel. It's your girl Slay LT with More Shade Tea, and we are back with another review. This one is from the new season of Married to Medicine. Y'all, we are on season 10, y'all. Season 10. And I thought this was never going to come. I actually did some videos a while back about some of the new people on Married to Medicine. Um, and basically, I was not able to upload it. Y'all do excuse the background. I'm kind of watching it as I go along. I've seen it already, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Y'all, this new season is about to be off the chains. I saw a lot of reviews on it, and the funny thing about it is, with the reviews that I've seen, a lot of people felt like this show was going to be different because of Phaedra on it. Now, for those who do not know who Phaedra is, Parks was actually on Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you have never seen it, which I don't know who in the world have never heard of Real Housewives of Atlanta, you guys know she was one of the characters, or should I say housewives? I don't know why I'm saying characters, but one of the housewives that was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Her and Candy actually got into a big debacle about Candy having a dungeon. If you guys haven't seen it, y'all can go check that out. I don't know which season it was in. If I do remember before I upload and edit, I will post that here. But it was the last season that Phaedra attended on the Real Housewives. Oh, excuse me, I gotta get a drink. My mouth is extra dry today. But yeah, so y'all, this season seemed like it's about to be given. I don't know. I could be wrong. And I know, again, I'm a dollar short and a day late uploading this video. I was actually supposed to upload it last week. But again, I had a lot of things that was obstacleizing. Should I say? That's a made-up word. But yeah, I had a lot of obstacles with my laptop and all that other stuff. But I'm not making any excuses. Try to get better with uploading videos. Probably going to come back and do another video about some things that I want to backtrack on, as far as like different pieces with Love and Marriage Huntsville, Married to Medicine. I might go back a few seasons with Married to Medicine, just to kind of give you guys a background of the show for those who haven't watched it or not really familiar with it. But yeah, so I'm gonna get right into this review. Before I get started, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, turn your notification bell on so you are aware when I do post new videos. Like it, share it with your friends, and all that good stuff. Y'all, we're trying to build this channel. I'm trying to build a family here. So I want you guys to be a part of it. You know, come check out my videos, you know, check it out, share it, all that good stuff. Vibe with me. You know, we throw a little bit of shade in there, but you know what? Married to Medicine, listen. I'm gonna have my opinion, and again, my opinion throughout this video is my opinion. It's allegedly my opinion. I'm gonna throw a little bit of tea in there that I might have heard here in these ATL streets, because y'all do know that I'm based in ATL, and we do get a lot of tea out here in these streets. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this. This review, y'all. I know I'm a dollar short and a week late. But I was caught up on some other shows that I need to get caught up on, and had some issues with uploading earlier. So I'm just going to go ahead and get right into this video. And again, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, y'all. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So the show actually started out with, y'all, before I get in deep dive into this, let me just first say, I think Mariah is coming back, y'all. What y'all think? And I'm going to tell y'all why I said that, because, okay, there was some speculation that it might have been Quad that came back, but I actually think it's going to be Mariah. And the reason I say that is because even though I know it's the 10th anniversary of Married to Medicine, and I know the show, Mariah is actually still the executive producer of this show. Even though they're going through all these battles and everything, she's still the executive producer of the show. You can see when the show first comes on. I'm gonna try to get a clip of that and probably save it and pop it in here one day. But Y'all, when it first came on, the first voice we heard was Mariah's. And, when she gave that first phrase, we're doctors and doctors' wife. We don't throw the glass. We drink it. We don't throw the wine. We drink it. But them bitches was throwing some drinks around the show. I'm just saying. But y'all know, I kind of like Mariah. I do like Mariah. I've always admired her. And she was the creator of the show. We got to give props where props are due. I don't know if that's why they put her on there. Some people speculated that it might have been Quad. So there's a scene, if you guys haven't seen the trailer, it's been in some of, circulating through some of, my fellow colleague bloggers, and it showed a scene where, because y'all know, I spoke about this earlier about Phaedra. She's in the funeral services. They're going to have a scene where they're in this church and there's a casket there and somebody's going to come out the casket. I think it's real morbid, but this is what it is. You can never catch me in coming out no caskets for play. It's just not going to happen with me. I'm sorry. But with that being said, so there was a person that came out of the casket, and y'all, I think it's Mariah. I don't know. And the reason why I said I think it's Mariah and not Quad, because there's a scene that's coming up, and I'm going to do a review on the second episode. I'm not sure if that's where they're going to show Sweet Tea's bachelor party, but there's a scene where Quad walks in. We're going to get into that in the next episode review, but I just wanted to throw that out there that I'm thinking that it might be Mariah. But anyway, so the show started out, she gave that famous phrase about doctors and doctor's wife. It came out, of course, with the 2013 to 2023 to show that there was this whole 10 years that, we've been graced with Married to Medicine. Fast forward to them 2023, they're sitting at this table and they show the different clips so fast. I was trying to check and see if there were any other clips with Mariah in there. Based off of a lot of things that they've shown, I kind of see why they showed those specific clips. There's a new wife that's on the show, and she is from DC. I believe she was in that episode when they went to DC to that whole, I forgot, I don't remember if it was like a march or something they did. I would have to go back and watch that. Maybe I should have done it before I started the review, huh? But yeah, the little clips are kind of giving little tidbits, I think, of what is up to come. And throughout of it all, they're literally showing Mariah through it. So that's kind of another clue that I think that's the reason why they're going to bring Mariah back on. And of course, they introduced Miss Phaedra. I know a lot of people feel a certain kind of way about Phaedra, but I actually like Phaedra too. She does throw a little bit of shade. Her and Heavily bouncing off of each other, to me, is going to be a lot of fun shade. I think it's going to be what the show needs to kind of pump back life into it. Not saying that it wasn't life, but y'all, let's just keep it 100. When Mariah was on the show actually, to me, it was somebody you could feed back and forth off. For the last couple of seasons, I feel like they were just trying to like antagonize Toya for some reason. Dr. Heavenly, she's always shady. She does her thing. But it'll be interesting if we can get a little bit more tea on Dr. Heavenly, because these streets been talking a little bit about her too. And her marriage isn't all perfect peaches and roses. Nobody is. I don't care what nobody said. They can come on TV and act as if, life is gravy. There's no issues, blah, blah, blah. But everybody has issues. Hell, I have issues in my own relationship. So nobody's relationship is perfect. And I've actually seen and grew up around some of the most, I would say, perfect couples, but I know that there's no such thing as being perfect. Everybody has issues. Everybody has a personality. Everybody has certain things about them that their partner might like or dislike or learn to love or sometimes hate. It is what it is. We're all humans, so we all make mistakes. We all, fall short. But so of course the scene started with Greg and Toya. Greg was shaving his head, whatnot. And y'all, let me tell y'all something. I like this new refreshed Toya. I feel like I feel like we needed to get another aspect of Toy, because uh, people see Toy as just this person that doesn't have it well together financially. She make bad financial decisions. But I think Toy is actually doing a couple of things this season that's gonna kind of turn some heads. And you, of course, you still have your naysayers and have your haters or whatever. But I'm really liking that for Latoya. And I've already seen, like I said, I'm a week late. Some people probably throw some shade in the comments about that too. But um yeah, I'm a week late. So in episode 2, I'm going to get more into what Latoya is doing. Um, what Toya is doing as far as like making some money. But okay, so then we have the next scene where Phaedra actually, she opens a boutique. It's like a vault. I actually dig it. I love it. I love the style. She's selling furs in there. She has some fur coat, some blingage, some shoes. All of these are high quality items. I like the whole theme. It has like a vault door where you actually have to be, they have to let you in. It's almost like you have to be VIP to get into it. So I kind of like the vibe with that. Um, of course, Dr. Heavenly and Jackie, they're meeting up to meet with Phaedra at the vault. And Dr. Jackie, she's, looking cute as ever. Miss Classy Jackie is what I call her. Now, Jackie is a little shady too. Don't get it twisted. She throws shades in there sometimes too. Heavenly, Heavenly looks okay. Nothing spectacular. But here comes Phaedra with all her cheeks out. Listen, Phaedra, I don't know who did that body. I'm gonna stop playing. Phaedra looked like she worked on her body, or had some work on her body. I'm sure, but girl, yeah, Phaedra actually looks pretty good. She looks like she lost a lot of weight, but you can tell she obviously had some work done. I don't know what work. She's a lot slimmer than what we remembered her. I've seen a lot of pictures of Phaedra through the years, and her midsection was a little bit bigger. Um, Obviously, she's had something done. I don't know exactly. I want to say she had her nose done too, but you know what? I'm not here to talk about what a woman does or does not do with her body, because listen, your girl is gonna get some work done too. I'm not doing nothing crazy outlandish, but I am gonna get some. I'm probably thinking about getting my arms done and something done with my midsection too. But this ain't about me. It's about her. She looks good. Phaedra actually does look good. For her long pause departure, I think she brought it back. Her body looks good. But back to Dr. Heavenly. Yeah, Dr. Heavenly looked okay. I don't know how a person wears a hair color and you're just like, it doesn't fit them, but they wear it so long and you're so used to seeing it until you're just like, okay, well, yeah, yeah, okay. And if she likes it, I love it. So I just don't. To me, in my opinion, I don't like that hair color on Dr. Heavenly. It just makes her look, to me, it makes her look older than what she is. Phaedra, of course, has on a blonde wig. She did her thing with the whole outfit, but she looks cute, y'all. She definitely looks good. She looks like she's been taking care of herself. Of course, Heavenly was a messy, and she asked her about her dating a doctor. She's currently dating a doctor. But just looking around, I don't know. I'm trying to think if I heard about this vault before, and I don't believe that I have. Oh, you know what? Let me say this before we get into the next scene. So, back to the doctor that she was dating. Why they had the little emoji cons over the dudes. See, this is what makes me believe that Phaedra is actually lying about this dude, because if you're not lying about this dude, girl, show his face. Like, we can see what the dude look like. I'm gonna do some investigation to see if I can find out who this guy is, because I really, really want to know. He's obviously a tall guy. From what I understand, he's African. But listen, I need to know who Phaedra dating. Now, the streets are saying that she's no longer seeing this guy, but I'm gonna try to do some digging and scratching and see if I can find out. I'm gonna let y'all know. The next scene, Dr. Simone and Cecil, y'all, why are they my favorite couple? I don't care what, across all kind of franchises that I have watched. To me, these two has to be my most favorite married couple, because they, not only do they not act as if their marriage is perfect, but they show us the good, the bad, and the ugly. And guess what? They're still together. So they did a little backsplash and they showed, the whole thing with them writing the book. They had their friend Rosa come on the show last season, and she was trying to help them get this book that they were going to write about staying together, relationship, divorce. They were just going to put the whole shebang in the book, but they scratched the book because um, throughout them bringing back those old memories and hashing things out or talking about things that already passed what they went through, it got ugly, y'all. So they was like, you know what? We better leave this shit. We don't need to be out here talking about no dang on divorce and all this other stuff. Let's just move forward. Now, I will give them this. If they do decide to do a relationship book, I think they shouldn't even talk about the divorce. Maybe have like one chapter where they're just going in and say, we had our ups and downs. We worked through it. We were able to do X, Y, Z, and just keep it moving. Because I feel like once you start getting deep diving into some old stuff is when all that stuff come back and you're just like, listen, I don't believe I should have forgave you that easy. But it is what it is. I'm glad they were able to work through it. They're still together. It looks like they actually remodeled their kitchen as well. Like that about them. Toya and Eugene came to the house. They're having some sort of get together. It talked about her relationship with Quad, how she's getting along with Heavenly. Now, y'all know Quad and Toys always have like this back and forth love-hate type relationship. Rightfully so. They bounce off of each other. I will say that. Now, even though I'm gonna talk about that later on, because I don't want to seem biased in the situation. Like I can see from the first episode that she's grown a lot. She's had some growth. You can look in her eyes. You can tell how she interacts with everybody else on the cast. She's just like, listen, I'm out here trying to live my best life and make money. But some people are still holding some old grudges. It is what it is. Now, through them just getting a little drink, they get into talking about Greg. What this whole episode basically was about, Greg and his new fiance. So now my opinion is this. I truly believe that when those two got together, I think that it was probably a money grab for Quad. And I hate that I say that, because I really like Quad too. I do like Quad. Now, her personality, I don't really dig, but I think that it was a money grab for her at first. I think that she loved Dr. Greg, but I don't think that she was in love with Dr. Greg. And the reason I say love Dr. Greg, because when you're with somebody, you care about them. So you're going to do things for them. Throughout the years, she's done things that we saw. I don't know what was the backstory on it. She's done things that we have seen, but we don't know what happened on the backstory of it. In other words, like, for example, she had this big party for him. Okay, so we don't know if the party was just for the cameras. Was it just, to show face? We don't know that. We saw scenes where she actually went in and helped Dr. Greg set up his office and all that, it was a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Quad never wanted to have kids, so that kind of puts me on the edge of, okay, she was in it, but she was like, you know what? I'm going to always have my exit on speed dial. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to put myself in a position where when it's time for me to go, it's time for me to go. And I really, really, truly believe that. The fact that she just never had, a kid with Dr. Greg, and he really, really wanted a kid was kind of, I don't know. I don't know why a woman with intentions of getting married, even in the earlier seasons where she literally would take birth control. So it was something had to be going on between those two. And I'm not saying that is Quad's fault. Not even a little bit, because I really, 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 really feel that Dr. Greg is very controlling. But I said that to say, if you know that this man is this way, you're in a marriage to do what? You're in a marriage to grow. So if she knew that she couldn't grow with this man, was she trying to wait to see if he would change? He didn't change. Did she give him a time period? I don't know. But the whole thing, to me, it feels like it was a money grab. She got into it. Maybe she wanted to stay for a certain amount of time to see if she would have been able to, get some type of alimony. I don't know. But I just really, really feel like the two should have been more, they should have been more open with each other as far as what they wanted. Dr. Greg is in his 50s now. I believe the streets are saying that Dr. Greg is, let me double check, because I think it was 56 when I checked the last time. Let's look right quick. I don't want to have so much dead ear in here, so I'm going to talk y'all ears off while I'm looking this up. But I was checking that the other day because I wanted to tell you guys what it was. And I believe, let me see, Dr. Gregory Lunsford as to age. Dr. Gregory Lunsford was born, he is 56 years old, y'all. So they've been divorced, I believe now for 3. So Dr. Greg was like 53 when they got a divorce. Now, he really, really wanted a child, so I can see him, to him, this is chapter 2 or 3 in his life. And once you reach out, y'all please excuse that noise in the background. Once you reach a certain age, 56, that's not old, but just think about it. When his son is 18, he's going to be damn near 70. Or, wait a minute. He's going to be over 70, damn near 80. I mean, it is what it is. The man, live your life. I'm not here to judge anybody, a little bit, but not that much. But I don't know. So it's funny to me, because it's like, I wonder if Quad ever regrets. Now, they brought back a scene that show when they were at the reunion, and she was saying that Greg tried to choke her. And he was saying that she pulled a knife on him. So Toya actually brought that up, which was interesting, because I'm like, from what I understand, when they first came on the scene, they were having issues. Like when they first got married, because in season 1, the whole thing came up where the cops were called over at their house. So I'm like, they've been having, we're 10 years into this. Quad and Greg only got divorced about 2-3 years ago. So you're talking about they've been together for like 6-7 years. So, I mean, how long does it take to realize that that abuse, that toxicness, that domestic violence, like, it's time to go. Like, I feel like they just wasted each other time. Quad's in her 40s now. The chances of, I'm not saying she can't have a baby, because there's other measures she can take to have a baby. But, I mean, right now, I feel like the type of men that she's going to marry, if she ever get married, are going to be the ones that don't want children. Because obviously her chances, you think about it, if she's Quad's, 40, let's see, what Quad is 43. Okay. Now, probably up to, dang, I didn't even realize Mariah is 45 now. Dang. Okay. Yeah, so dang, Lisa Nicole is already 50. I did not know that. So Quad is 43. If she were to find a man, get married, say that'd give her a year or two. Why am I talking about this lady womb? say 45, 45, 46. Not saying she can't have any kids. I don't know if she's ever frozen her eggs or anything like that, but she can get a surrogate. I mean, there are other options. Kenya Moore, she had a baby later in age. So I'm not saying that it can't be done, but I don't even know if that's something she wants to do. But the fact that she's the age she is now, I'm saying all that to say that the possibilities of her finding a man that does not want to have, I'm sorry, does not want to have kids, it's going to probably be a man that's older, like, you know, almost the same age as Greg. So my point is, like, if you didn't want to have kids, it sounds like she just didn't want to have kids with him, which reversed and reminds me of the fact that goes back into the fact that I think that it was more so about money. And my opinion, I'm entitled to it. Like Quad, but it is what it is. So, back to another scene. He was switching back and forth between scenes. I went back to the scene. Dr. Heavenly was talking to Phaedra about Quad. You know, Phaedra and Quad, they're real good friends. They met through Dr. G. She was saying that Quad, she's been, traveling. They showed a clip of Quad with Yandy. They were in Africa, and from what I understand, Quad has a man in Africa, honey. Y'all, I don't know what it is about these women in the ATL, but these women love them some Nigerian men. I dated a Nigerian before. Actually, I dated two Nigerians before, but the one that I actually dated for a while, almost 3 years. And then even after that, we remained friends for years. And then he wanted to get back together. But let me tell y'all, when I first got with this guy, he told me he did not want a woman with kids. I have 4 children. So I knew that we were never going to be anything more. He said he would never marry a woman with kids. So I knew that we wouldn't be anything more than what it was. So I had to make that decision for myself to say, you know what? I'm not going to be with a man that I know that's not going to marry me. Like, girl, what are you doing? If you just want to have fun, do your thug thistle, but that ain't for me. Anyway, so they're going back between scenes, Dr. Jackie, Phaedra, and Heavenly obviously still at the vault. They're giving their little 2 cents in as to what's going on between Quad and Dr. G and this new woman. And of course, on the other end of it, it's Cecil, Simone, Greg, Toya, Dr. G, and the new Sweet Tea, which is Dr. G's fiance. Now, listen, Heavenly is so messy. Why she asked Phaedra if her and Dr. G ever had sex? She was like, I don't believe her because she lies a lot. I know Phaedra is known to lie. I'm just saying. Not saying she did. She's known to lie. So, but anyway, I said all that to say that, Heavenly is messy. We already knew that though. But so this next scene, y'all, we went back to Dr. Cecil, Dr. Simone, Cecil, of course, Dr. G, they're walking in, they're introducing, why I say introducing, they already know them. They're talking about the fun times they have with Dr. G and his new fiance, and the fact that they're all cool. Dr. G is happy. They're all happy for him. They gave them a gift for their wedding. Dr. G, let me back up a little bit, because y'all, why Toya and this new woman look alike? Like, it's kind of eerie, because when I first saw this girl, I said, damn. I said, Dr. G done found Toya cousin? I thought it was so weird, because I was like, look, ain't no way this man went out there and got a woman that looks just like Toya. It's crazy. And let me tell you the shade behind it in my shady ass mind. So the shade behind it is this. We know that Toya and Quad do not get along. So I thought this was actually sort of like, okay, back in the day, about maybe a year ago, I was like, I wonder if they're going to try to bring Dr. G back on the show to try to shade Quad with a woman that looks like Toya. to make Quad mad because Quad don't like Toya. Y'all, I had an epiphany. This girl looked just like Toya. I'm sorry. And y'all gonna see in a couple of scenes, she actually, it's crazy. I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna tell y'all what I mean in a second. But anyway, so this whole scene they're talking about, how much they love each other, how they met. The girl unslid and dang Dr. G's DM. So he had he said he had all kind of people sending him pictures of them in the shower, sending their privacy, y'all. They was sending them girls been sending their privacy to Dr. G. I'm sitting up here like, now, Dr. G, he's a nice looking man, but he just ain't my Steelo. But I guess it is what it is. This girl is in her 30s. Dr. G's in his 60s. So he's obviously old enough, not in his 60s yet. I'm sorry, in his late 50s. But he's old enough to be her daddy. So we all know this is a whole sugar daddy situation going on. It is what it is. Anyway, so she slid up in his DM. He flew her to Atlanta. And of course, she made it known that, listen, I'm going to have your baby. I'm going to drink your bath water. I'm going to do what I need. They just look they're cute together, but they just look so weird together because it looks like he's actually sitting next to his daughter. Like, I sent my daughter off to college. She's back, y'all. Look at my daughter. Isn't she beautiful? So weird, but it is what it is. Dr. G has a full gray beard right now, but he looks good. He lost a lot of weight. He looks like it's like, when men get over a certain age, like I would say between like 34 and like maybe 44, men are like, they go through this fat stage. I don't want to even say fat stage, but like I'm gonna eat whatever the hell I want because all the girls want me stage. And then when they get over, like they get close to 50, it's like they start losing all this weight and they start looking good, but they look like old good. You know what I'm saying? Like they look good for their age. I know, I'm sorry if that's weird, y'all, but that's just what I see. But yeah, so it's just crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to think back for a second. Yeah, but all that being said, I think that I don't know, those two as a couple, other than the fact that he's older than her, I think that they, it is what it is. She likes it. I love it. But let me just say how much I like this show so far this season. Everything seems to be falling in line. We were promised some good tea, some good shade, some good kiki and haha this season with Married to Medicine. So far it's given for me. After that whole little roar ride, we need something refreshing. The next scene, we got Dr. Heavenly. She's with her daughter, getting ready for prom. Not really much with this scene. I will say that Alora is growing up. She looks very beautiful. She tried on a few dresses for prom. I really like the dress that she tried. I believe she's going to go with the blue dress. Of course, Dr. Heavenly's paying for it. That's her mom, as she should. They kind of went back and showed 8 years ago and how we first met Alora and how bossy she was to how she is now. Now, the way how she talked to her mom now, she's 17, I believe, 16 or 17, and she seems to have really matured. She probably still got a smart mouth like Heavenly, but the way how she interacts with her mom now, it seems more mature. She's getting ready for prom. She's telling her mom, they went through the whole thing where she wants her to stay, back in Georgia for to go to school. She's looking at colleges and stuff now. But Alora's cute. She looks like a little young Heavenly. She's cute. She's definitely cute. She seems to have a good head on her shoulder. I'm not sure what she wants to go to school for, but whatever she decides, I'm pretty sure she will be very successful at it. We all wish Alora the best. Y'all, the next scene, why they brought the scene and talking about Sweet Tea's house. Now, we all know that's Quado house. And okay, me and my sister, we actually had this debate. We were talking about this the other day. And we were like, okay, would we really live in a house that our husband's ex-wife lived in? Now, for me, for financial reasons, I probably would stay there for like a year or two, but I would definitely get another house, flip it, what I would do is come in and renovate the house, stay in it, renovate it from piece to piece to piece, room to room to room, renovate it, flip it, either rent it out or sell it. That's just me. So when I look at things, I think of not only things spiritually, but I look at it as a financial aspect too. A lot of people don't do that. My sister was like, there's no way I would live in a house with all them different spirits and all this other stuff. And I get it. Um, but the thing about it is you have to know how to pray over things that you have in your possessions. I'm not saying she doesn't, because she absolutely does. But the thing about it, when you move into a house, you don't even know what spirits been in there, even apartments or whatever have you. We don't know. When we walk into a store, we don't know what spirits are in there. We have to pray over our surroundings. That's all I was saying. You know, you just never know. But for her, um, this girl don't, okay, so backstory. Sweet Tea's from Arkansas. She grew up in Arkansas, moved to Texas. She's actually from Texas. Met Dr. Greg, moved to Atlanta. Kind of feel bad for her because she doesn't have much friends there. The only friends she seemingly has, and I'm probably going to mention this in episode 2 review, are ones that she met on Facebook. Weird. I'm gonna get into that later. But you know, she's basically just telling Dr. Greg, when they have like a little hold down that they're having, to bring their friends together, so she can kind of meet up with all of their friends, get to know them before the wedding. She's a little on edge because she's just like, I'm meeting your friends for the first time. I want to make sure that I'm making a good impression. Rightfully so. They had a little cute quote unquote hold down. I like it. I like the idea. I like the little, whatchamacallit, the little decorations they have in the background. And it's cute, but it's not, for me, it's, I don't want to say childish. Oh my God, please don't say. It was kind of childish, but I get it. I get the whole theme because she's from Texas. So Texas, hold down. I mean, do what you feel that you want to do. But for me, if I was having like a little gathering trying to meet somebody, I would have a theme, probably a little bit more mature theme. These all are doctors, so I kind of like feed off that a little bit. But I get it. It's her new house, Quad's ex house. I'm being shady, y'all. No, it's her house, and she, you know, they also went in the next scene and they showed the difference. Dr. Jackie came in. They showed the difference in like when Quad lived there and when she's there now, with the different rooms. Now the rooms are, they said that it was a lot of changes. I don't see much of a change here, but it is what it is. Dr. Jackie talked to Heavenly. She was like, you know what, I'll see you in a minute. You know, she's like, I don't know how I feel about going to the hoedown. This is Quad's old house. Fast forward to Toya and Simone in the car talking about it. You know, she's like, she don't know how she's gonna feel being around Dr. Heavenly, being that Dr. Heavenly had all this craziness going on with her. You know, Dr. Heavenly has her own YouTube channel. She talks about a lot of stuff that goes on the show. Dr. Simone is still on edge with Dr. Heavenly. They're not really friends, but they're cordial. Actually, Toya and Simone and their crew came in first. Y'all, I have to say it again. Toya and this woman look just like Toya and Sweet Tea. They look alike. Now, Toya jumps on this little mechanical bull thing with Dr. G. I thought that was so cute. Not Dr. G. Y'all, how am I throwing them two together? With with Greg. They just seem like, I don't know, despite all of the stuff they were saying about them last season with the whole peanut issue and all that other stuff, I think they actually have a fun type relationship. I don't know why I just see them having a fun relationship. They're probably like one of them quirky couples. You would never pair them two together, but then once you get to know them, you're like, oh, they're funny as hell. Like Dr. Greg is, I keep saying Dr. Why do I get them mixed up? Greg, he seems like he's quirky funny, like sort of like my fiance. He's funny. Now my fiance can be funny, but sometimes he's quirky. So I just feel like he's like a nerdy type funny. Now, y'all, Sweet Tea has a twin sister. but they're not fraternal twin. Her sister walks in, and everybody like, okay, there's two of them. You know, dang, I know it was two of you guys. Anyway, her sister name is Kanisha. Um, I believe Dr. Sweet Tea's name is Tanisha. Now the crazy thing about this, y'all gonna flip out when I say this, but why Dr. Greg's now wife and Toya look more alike than her and her own twin? It's weird to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just what my eyes are seeing, but I swear, if you put them three next to each other, people will literally think that Toya and Dr. G's wife are twins, and the other girl is just like a little cousin or something. I don't know. It's weird, but she talks about how they grew up together. Here comes Dr. Jackie. She walks in and she's like, oh my God, the place looks so different than how I remember it. Shady. Shady Jackie. That's very shady. Okay, if you're going to go to somebody's house and you know that your friend used to be with this person and now they have somebody's house, I think that is so rude to walk in and be like, oh my God, I remember the couch being over there. I remember that wall painting was blue. Don't do that. That's like etiquette number one. 101. Like you just don't do that. And speaking of us being shady, Miss Jackie, what the hell is Curtis at? She talking about Curtis in the Dominican. Let's get on that little T. Cause why is your man and he been caught up before? Like why your man I want to know why Curtis in the Dominican Republic. That's what I want to know. Dr. Greg was like, where's Curtis? She's like, oh, he's in the DR. I'm like, girl, and you focus on how this house done changed. You need to be focused on what's going on there. I don't know. Maybe we're gonna find some other stuff, some other stuff up. But y'all, I didn't get a copy of it. But why? It's a scene in here where she was talking to. Excuse me. It's a scene in here where she was talking to Dr. Heavenly about going to the party. Which heck you ring it? Her ring was not now. So afterwards, I scrubbed. When I tell you I scrubbed this first episode trying to look at this woman's hand, because when she said the whole DR thing, I was like, no, something ain't right. Are we missing something? I've been looking through the internet to see if these two still together, and apparently I haven't seen anything yet. I'm still gonna look, and it ain't none of my business, but it's my business. So I'm looking at her hand, and there ain't no ring on that finger boot. Now it could be that Dr. Jackie just took the ring off because she is a doctor and she don't wear her ring throughout the day. And maybe she was just because, she was home, she was getting ready. She was moving her hand so fast throughout the other scenes, I couldn't even tell if she had the ring on then. But when she was talking to Dr. Heavenly, she did not have a ring on her finger, boo. Not even a little bit. And in the scenes, it's kind of like pushing through, so I can't really see her hand. Anyway, so she walked in the house, and of course she talked about how awkward it felt or whatever. They introduced this new doctor they have. I believe his name is Dr. Delapo, one of Greg's friends. Dr. Jackie meets up with Toya. She hadn't seen her in a few days. Toya starts looking at the food. Them ribs did look good, girl. They all start talking, introduce them to Dr. Delapo. And here comes Heavenly and Damien. Heavenly, that cowboy hat is weird and ugly, but we're not going to talk about people's attire tonight. Not tonight. Well, we probably have already, but so here comes Dr. Shady Heavenly, and she brings her friends Alicia. So Alicia, I don't know if you guys remember, they went to DC. They all stayed in an Airbnb, and Dr. Alicia was there, and I believe it was her and oh my God, I want to say it was her and Toya that had got into it. I can't remember if it was her and Toya. Her and somebody no, it might have been her and Dr. Contessa. I don't remember. But she's a dentist, but she had like a really short hairstyle. I'm going to go back and see if I can find that clip, and maybe I'll do some deep dives into that. And she says she's moved to Atlanta permanently now. Toya asks her if she's working for Dr. Heavenly. She's like, no, I'm not working for Dr. Heavenly. I have my own practice. And they get into this whole thing about actually fate. This is when Phaedra came on the scene. So when Phaedra came on, you know, of course, Phaedra is sizing everybody up. Y'all, Phaedra is a mess. Why the hell Phaedra? First of all, what the we are going to talk about attire. What in the hell did Phaedra have on? Here's my thing. When I am, with the exception of one time, because you know how you pick out an outfit for yourself and you're thinking one thing, but then when you're around other people, they're thinking something else. So they might see your outfit differently than how you see it. So if I'm around, if I go to like a house party or something like that, a house party that is more like a gathering. If I go to like a gathering, it's, to me, it's different than actually going to, sorry about that, a gathering is different than going to like a house party that's gonna have like drinks, you're gonna be kicking it and all that other stuff. To me, I'm gonna dress, it's a whole down. I could see wearing like shorts or something like that, or maybe like a short mini skirt. But now, if you know you're gonna be around people's husbands and men and stuff like that, because to me it's more like a couple type thing. I feel like you gotta dress accordingly, and that's just me. I feel some type of way wearing certain things around other people's man. That's just me personally. I have a big butt. I'm not gonna even. That's just what it is, and I just feel like I don't want to draw that type of attention to other people. And everybody's gonna feel differently. I'm far from being a pick me woman. Trust me, because I come in there with dang on shorts with my cheeks hanging out, but that's just not my style. But anyway, everybody was cute. Phaedra, she finally meets, you know, Sweet Tea's sister, and she's like, okay, it's two of y'all. Why Phaedra said the girl got on black panties and no booty. Sweet Tea really don't have no butt though. Her booties is, yeah. But you know, Dr. G likes it. If he likes it, I love it. They go in and talk about Toya. They just all sit down and they start talking about all of them start talking about, you know, how it's been. They haven't seen each other in a while. Dr. Greg is talking with his friends, with Cecil, Dr. G, the new guy, Delapo, and the husband of Alicia. They're all there talking, and they were just talking about how Dr. G had lost weight. They threw up a picture of him last year comparing to how he looks now. He lost some weight. I think he's on something similar to the Ozempic shot. They're talking about how the sex life is better. The men are, they're, you know, out on the patio talking about how, you know, everybody's cool now. They're liking the fact that, you know, Dr. G's happy finally. Phaedra starts talking about, you know, no, not Phaedra. Toya asks, I can't remember if it was Phaedra or Toya. One of them asked Sweet Tea about, you know, how did she feel about Dr. G? What does she love about him? And she said she loved the fact that she has access to the money. And I'm like, girl, why the hell would you say that? Super weird. Okay. But I mean, I think she had a Freudian slip. I think she meant to say, she was thinking it, but she probably meant to say something else. I'm gonna give you the pass, Sweet Tea, because you probably shouldn't have said that, girl. Anyway, yeah, that was super, super weird. Tori looking at her like, what did you say? You gotta do better than that. Phaedra said her gold digger meter went off. But I mean, we remember what we said at the beginning. Well, I was in it for the money. It was a money grab. Now, here's my thoughts on Sweet Tea. I think it's a money grab, but I think she's willing to have a baby for this man. She's much younger, even though so the next tidbit, she's getting into like her health issues. She actually has health issues. She had endometriosis, I believe, or some type of polyp on her tubes. And Dr. Heavenly went in and she was like, You know, you got issues or whatever. Oh, they got about it's. Let me back up a little bit. They started talking about Quad because they were talking about Quad in the house or everything, and her sister jumped in and she was like, "Listen, this ain't about Quad," which rightfully so, respectfully so. They shouldn't have brought up anything about Quad around this woman. And his sister was like, "Listen, I don't want to hear about no damn Quad." Anyway, so Toy was actually the one that brought it up. She started talking about Quad's DUI case, which Quad did confirm later on that she did have a DUI, but the whole thing got dropped. Phaedra looking like, bitch, excuse me. Phaedra looking like, girl, I don't know nothing about no damn deal. Why the hell Toy brought that up? But anyway, so fast forward, they get into the whole thing about the fact that she had to have surgery. And she said she want to thank Dr. Simone for referring her to another doctor. Heavenly puts her 2 cents in, was like, well, she had fibroids. Why the hell did you not refer her to Dr. Jackie? She's like, we could do the same thing. And Simone basically said, I referred her to who I wanted to refer her to. Dr. Jackie even said, why don't she hush my shit? Like, she don't know. They probably even talk to each other. But my thing is, just because they're friends doesn't mean that she's going to automatically refer to her to, to Jackie. She might have not referred her to Jackie because Dr. Jackie's expensive. Like, we don't know why. But she's basically saying, Dr. Simone is like, listen, I don't have to run nothing by Dr. Jackie. I don't have to run nothing by you. I can say whoever I want to refer her to, that's who I can refer her to. It has nothing to do with you. So she's going on, of course, Dr. Heavenly, she's batting for Dr. Jackie, which is cool. But Dr. Heavenly talked too damn much. She just needs to stop. Anyway, so they went through that whole little shebang, going back and forth about that. And they go into how she got the name Sweet Tea. And she was like, everybody just said she was sweet. And of course, because her sister Kanisha went off on all of them. It was like, well, what is her nickname? She was like, Mean Tea. I thought that was so cute and so funny at the time. But anyway, so Dr. Heavenly, messy behind again. She brought up the fact that everybody was saying that Phaedra slept with Dr. Greg, which was not true. She had to throw some mess and some shade in there. Next scene, they get into the whole thing with them going to get their marriage license. Now, part 2, episode 2 of the season, we're going to get more deeper into the relationship with Dr. Greg and this whole thing about him being controlling, what Sweet Tea is going through. Excuse me, as far as like planning the wedding, etc. Some issues that she might be having with Dr. G. And of course, Miss Quad showing up, to this girl's bachelor party, which I thought was so disrespectful of Heaven. Because I know Heavenly name is written all over this. I just can feel it. I'm going to say this, and I'm about to wrap this up. So next week's episode, it's going to delve more deep into that and some things that Toy's been working on as well. But Heavenly need to cut that out, because why do something that you don't want done to you? Heavenly is messy. I'm sorry. I'm just waiting for the day that somebody come on this show with some tea for her and Gray. Now, I don't want to see nobody family get distorted or messed up or anything, but she was wrong for that. Like, wrong. Like, I can't even imagine. It's like one of your friends is friends with, or say your husband is friends with one of your friends' ex-husband, and he invites you somewhere, and then you know that they have somebody else, and then you bring the ex to the whatever it is. It's weird, but whatever. So Dr. Jackie was just at the end just telling Heavenly, she shouldn't have mentioned anything about Quad. None of them should have. She felt bad, rightfully so. And of course, they're at the place getting the license for the wedding. Sweet Tea See, I'm calling the girl Toya. Sweet Tea is saying how she felt disrespectful, and she feel like she let them know that it's a new sheriff in town. Girl, one thing I can say, Sweet Tea, she's the youngest out of all of them, and I feel like they're really gonna try her. So she definitely has to be on her P's and Q's when she does and say everything. Like, I don't think she's used to being around, I'm not even gonna say this caliber of women. It's almost like you've been around women that's probably like, how should I say this without sounding weird? You're used to being around women that are probably like, I don't even know what the word that I'm looking for. It just completely slipped my mind, y'all. I'm not even going. So she's not used to being around like doctors and stuff, women who have money, women who are probably millionaires. She's used to hanging around women that's, I'm not gonna say ghetto. She's younger, so she's probably used to. She's a millennial. So she's used to that she's used to social media, that type of thing. Like, even though these older women use that different platforms and stuff, they're like like me, I'm on a different level. I use social media, but I'm not like with the young. If you took, I didn't even know who Gorilla Zoe was a couple of weeks ago. Like, I literally found out, and I know a lot of these younger celebrities only because I vlog. But I literally have to go and do research, and like, I don't spend my day just doing research and thinking about things I could vlog about. Krishan Rock, like, I literally found out who that was a couple of months ago. Like, I'm old school. I'm not old, but I'm old school. Like, I don't really fall into these young rappers so much. Like Sexy Red, they come and go. So for me, we're talking about Sexy Red this year. 2 years from now, nobody's even gonna know who Sexy Red is. I'm not saying that we won't, but I'm just saying that it's not something that's on my radar 100%. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and end this here. Like I said, this season just seemed like it's a whole bunch, y'all. It's a lot going on. I'm really looking forward to seeing, the whole little situation where her and Quad meet. So I'm interested to see what, even if I got invited, I don't think I would go. To me, that's just super weird. Like, I get it. It's for show, it's for TV, but I wouldn't go to my exes unless we were friends. I mean, hey, I don't hold grudges against nobody, but I don't know if I would come to my ex's new wife's bachelor party. That's just giving a little bit of obsessed. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. You guys, again, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. Turn your notification bell on so you are aware when I do post new videos. Share the video with your friends, and I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Y'all, like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Bye.